Hello, I am Irish, the Irish Neko. Um, Today, I'm going to be talking about my experience at Anime Impulse, a few thoughts on the venue, a few thoughts on a few things, what I did there, um, what I, bought, who I met. Um, yeah, not really a lot of photos. Really, one, it was really hot. I do say that the venue was fine. Everything else was okay. It's just I think that I'm gonna say this out like flat out that Anime Impulse really should have switched some of their dates for this. Um, I don't know if they were thinking like Seattle area or like the California area when it comes to summertime. Because Arizona is just not the place to do anything really in the summer with big crowds and uncontrolled oh, thank you, Lucian, for the raid. Um yeah, we're just starting to talk about Anime Impulse and going to go meet some VTubers and shopping and stuff. Um yeah, so I don't think that Anime Impulse was very smart in having their Arizona convention in the middle of summer. Like they really should have rethought that. Um, I know like the next two locations is going to be in California, one at the end of August and then one in October. I think that they should have switched the one in October to this like the one at the beginning of August because again, Arizona is not the place for summertime and that being was I mean, so I went with an IRL friend, and then we had a third IRL friend. So there's three of us, and two of us is carpooled. I carpooled with pooled. I drove down. We drove down to the area, got in the parking, whatever, and we didn't really see the line. And we saw some of it, but we didn't really see the line. And so we got in line, and there was a lot of people, of course, especially with it being a VTuber type of venue or event, a lot, especially with a lot of big name voice actors like Ray Chase was there. I think a few of the voice actors for Jujutsu Kaisen were also there, and Chainsaw Man were also there. Don't know the specific names. Like the one who voiced Megami and Itadori were there. So whoever those guys were. So I can tell there's a lot of big name voice actors, and then of course you had Niji Sanji, you had Hollow Stars and Hollow Live there for this little event. So I mean, it was pretty big, especially because not much happens here in Arizona. I mean, we do go to our conventions. I mean, Anime Arizona is probably the bigger one, as far as I know. And then, of course, you got your Phoenix Fan Fusion in like May, but Phoenix Fan Fusion is more of like pop culture rather than anime. And then Anime of Arizona, of course, is of anime. Um, and then yeah, so this was really like the biggest, like one of the biggest anime events that I've lived here for 4 years. Um, of what's going on. So yeah, not having it in the middle of summer is not the greatest thing ever. Yeah, so going back to the thing, me and my friend we got closer to the venue after we parked, and we saw our friend in line, and my one friend was like, we'll just call her Kay. Um, I guess she had said we should just wanted to get into like line with our other friend on the name her L. Um, and I was like, well, I mean, we could, but at the same time, the kindness in me was like, no, I don't want to be, I don't want to be, rude and go into the front of the line when people have been sitting here for hours. I didn't want to do that. So we went literally to the end of the line, which wrapped around almost the entire freaking complex. Um, and I mean, it's already like 100 plus outside and whatever. We saw water at the front of the place. Um, and we got in line or whatever, and more people kept coming, and I felt bad for the people in cosplayers, and I felt bad for the kids. And I'm sorry, but if you have kids and you're going to an anime convention in Arizona in the middle of summer, one, leave your kids home. Two, make them go in line first. Like put the kids in line first so the kids don't get heat stroke or anything like that. Like that's just no. That was also a huge no for me. So we get in line. I know I brought water with me. I brought some toilet paper to like kind of pat ourselves dry. Me and Kay had put on sunscreen beforehand because we knew we were gonna, be standing in the sunlight for a few hours or who knows how long. Um, and we had water with us, whatever. Well, as we kept going on the line, I think it's about half an hour, maybe in or so. Another, I don't know, another woman and her guardian, or whatever, was um getting, starting to feel a little bit faint. And I'm like, and here's another thing you shouldn't do. You're in Arizona, and you're gonna stand in line in the sunlight. Do not wear black. Like, just don't wear darker colors. Do not wear darker colors, and do not wear pants. Like, wear shorts. I don't care if your legs look disgusting or have hair on them or whatever. I'm telling you right now, if you are in Arizona in the summertime and you're not from here, you need to wear minimal clothing as you can. Drink lots of water, and if you do have clothes on, like, you're gonna have to wear clothes, but I'm saying, like, wear shorts, tank top, or something. Make sure you have sunscreen, make sure you drink water, and wear light colored clothing because you are going to get hot. It is ridiculous. I mean, even I was wearing jeans and, like, a brown top, and I was still sweating. My friend was wearing a skirt and was wearing a light t-shirt, and she was, like, sweating buckets. Like, this was horrible. So, I was like, okay, well, I had an extra bottle of water. Yeah, it was gonna fuck me over, but I handed it over. I said, here you go. Here's some water. Because someone else had ran up to go get water. Because, again, the only water they had at this place was at the front of the fucking line. Right there in the plaza. Just before you got in. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And one of the workers, either security or whoever the hell worked for this company, worked for this Anime Impulse bullshit, came down the line to check on us. And he's like, yeah, I know. And everyone's complaining, like, hey, can we get inside faster? Or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I know, I'm trying to work on it. I literally was shout out and I said, well, you're not working hard enough. We're hot out here. Like, you knew this, like, the thing is, this company should have known, like, there was a big event. You had some elite names in this little venue, in this little event, and it's Arizona. And it's hot out. Like, you would think you would have everyone walking down the line to hand out water or whatever. No, they literally had it in coolers and cups towards the front, and then people were paying for the water bottles, which I think is fucking ridiculous because in Arizona, I think it's illegal to harbor people, like, from getting water. Like, you should have water available to anyone who's going to be outside because if you don't, like, a little side tangent. I went to the movie theaters to go watch Suzume in theaters, and I didn't want to pay $6 for a soda. So I was like, hey, can I get some water? And I got my wallet out thinking they're going to charge me $5 for a freaking bottle of water, and they're like, nope, it's just a cup of water. And I asked my mom about that. She goes, yeah, in Arizona, they do not have the right to charge you water if you are thirsty because it is too hot out here, and it would deny you your right. So, yeah, so already having that, the impulse thing sucked. So yeah, I mean, eventually got to a point where I was starting to get dizzy, and plus I have like anxiety, and I was starting to feel like a bit panicky because I'm like stressed out because one, I'm in sunlight, two, I'm starting to run out of water, three, true, yeah, it isn't a lot. They should have it because it's so hot out here, um. But yeah, but still, it was like $1 per water bottle, where the hell? And they're like, "Oh, thanks for the donation." I'm like, "Look, people are dying. Just take your loss as okay, you get a 40 pack of water at Walmart and it's like $5. Okay, you lose your $5, you help other people out. Who gives a shit? Like, something like that. Um, but yeah, it gets to a point where I'm starting to feel dizzy. I'm starting to panic because I'm stressed out because it's hot out. I'm losing water. There's too many people. I'm just like, I just want to get in. I'm like, I spent 35. I know I spent over like almost $200 to go to this thing because you got to get the ticket to get in, which was like $50. You got to get the meet and greet tickets, which was another like $90, and then you had to get the freaking panel, which is another $40. Yeah, it was this shit's expensive. And I was not going to die or have to back out and go home and lose that money. I mean, true, yes, I would be supporting Bruce and supporting Hololive, but you're still, no. I was like, no, I want to pay, I want to earn my money, get my money's worth, Like, I'm like, no, I'm fighting this. So I asked, my friend Kay, I was like, hey, can you text Elle, where is she at so we can go find her? But I was saying, fuck it. I literally left the line and I went forward and I went into like there was like another like kind of like an alcove, kind of like either security doors or something like to the building. I immediately went in the shade and I felt so much better, but I still was like almost painting like a hot dog. Like it was so bad. And there was a lady there who was a mom and she's like, "Yeah, my teens are in here." She's like, "I didn't want to like go stand out in the sunlight, so I'm letting them do whatever they want. You know, if they wanted to go home, you know, I'll take them home, but you know, this is what they wanted to do." And I was like, "Okay." And then she told us that there was only 3 lines of security for this entire event. Like, because I know you had to go through security and all that other stuff, but there's only 3 lines. And I was like, what the fuck? Three? I mean, you have people wrapped around the building almost, and you have 3 lines of security. And then that's where all the water's at. And then literally all there was at, like, they had 2 tents at the security gate. And then they had a fan that was doing fuck all, trying to, like, cool people off as they were getting inside. It was. They had horrible coordination. Like I said, if they ever do this again, they need to swap the California dates and do it in October instead of like so the Bay Area needs to be in August, whereas we need to be in October because October literally is when we are cool. It's like 75, 80 outside. That's our cool. That may be summer in California, but that's our cool. And I do not want to stand in that shit ever again. Like, so if this thing comes around, and if it's in August in the middle of summer, I'm not going because I don't want to deal with this anymore. So after that, a friend texted us and is like, "Oh hey, I'm almost at security," and we're like, "Okay, let's go." So and I'm fanning myself with like a little like plastic folder I had to hold Rose's letter or whatever, and I'm fanning myself and I'm like dying. I'm like, oh my god, okay, I'm gonna pass out. Like I'm gonna get dizzy. I'm starting to get nauseous. Like heat stroke is upon me. So me and my friend, I don't know how my friend was dealing with it because I mean she again was sweating way more than I was, and she, you know, blasted through 2 water bottles or whatever. And so um we get to the security and we're trying to like on our tiptoes trying to look for our friend because we knew what she was wearing, and thank goodness one of the security guards who was trying to like usher the lines had like let us go in the line. And I was like, oh thank fuck. But it was still hot out. We still had to wait like another 10 minutes. And I'm glad that I brought deodorant with me because oh my god, the moment you enter that tent, it was like BO galore. It was horrible. It was like I was like, okay, either I'm gonna throw up because it stinks so bad, or I'm gonna throw up because it's hot outside. I was like, no, no, I can't do this. But yeah, if they do this again in August or like in the summer, I am not um I'm not doing this again. Even as much as I would love to still meet Gerard, Octavio, and Gold Bullet, um, or hell, even anyone from Tempest, um, I'm still not. I still would not want to go through this. Um, man, did I envy them? Oh, I envied the Hollowsters because they were still in their home places in their nice AC. Yeah, I saw that they had yeah, they opened up like an hour earlier. It still doesn't matter. I mean, it's still a concrete jungle out down there. It's still a concrete jungle, and even still at 10 a.m., it's still like in the 90s. And it's just ridiculous. It's still like I said, either do it like you literally have from October to March to do it. April, May, maybe. But once you hit June, you're fucked. It's like that's just when it skyrockets. Anyway, so we get in line, we get in line, we're going through security, you know, I have my backpack all checked out. I mean, they really still were kind of fuck off for security. They kind of just like looked in your bag, oops, okay, you're fine. Like, didn't really dig through it. They just kind of opened it up, peeked inside, and called it good. And I had my Rosator with me, my Rosator plushie. And I set it on the table, you know, because who knows if they, you know, you never know. People might think, oh, you have something in the plushie, because, you know, people do stupid shit all the time. And the security guard just took his walkie-talkie and just went poke poke at the back of the Crusader and then just let me go. Oh my gosh, that was a little adorable and a little funny. But the moment we got past, we got inside the building, and I nearly collapsed because of how cool it was inside. It was literally going from an oven to a freezer in like 0.2 seconds, and it was whiplash, like temperature whiplash. It was like, I was like, whoa. It's like the commercial of how it chews to feel five, like to how it feels to chew five gum. It's like, okay, you're fine, and you start to chew that gum and you get that blast of like mint. That basically is what it felt like. Um, it was like crazy, and the guy standing there, to get your ticket, scan and everything, was like, you could just see the sympathy on his face, like, yeah, we know it's hot outside, like, but they were just the hired people for the event. They weren't the actual like employees of Anime Impulse. They were just the security guards that they hired to monitor the event. So these poor dudes are like understanding like we can't do anything because we're not the convention. We're just here to do our jobs as security. We understand it's hot. We're so sorry, type of thing. But God, I think it took us another. I think we got in about noon, and it just took us another like 45 minutes just to cool down and calm down and everything. And of course, like because the water, you couldn't have any outside food or water, which I think is also kind of bullshit, but I understand the water part of it, in case someone decides to smuggle in booze, like I get that part, but it's still like ridiculous where they should inside also offer free water for those who just suffered outside, they should do something like that. But instead, all they had was a dinky ass little cafe that I paid $25 for 2 bottles of Gatorade and 2 bottles of water for, which are still sitting in my fridge. So I didn't drink it because again my adrenaline was so high as well. Like I didn't eat like all day Saturday. I didn't eat till I get home. Um, but yeah, it took a minute to gather everything and whatnot and cool down, wipe myself down, and then my body temperature regulated, and then it's like okay now it's cold, and that's when I threw on my Rosator t-shirt and was like all right we're good. Um, but yeah uh I can start showing some pictures now. And this is a bit scuff, I'm sorry. I didn't want to upload like several photos, so I'm just gonna screen share my desktop, but I kind of covered it up enough to where you can't really see behind it, but it's enough to where you can see, the selection of stuff. But yeah, so I got in there or whatever, and I'm trying to see if I can make it a little bit bigger. I got in there, and my friend used the bathroom, and I went to go get my tickets. And so here is my crimson oop that's too big. Hold up. There you go, I got my Crimson Ruse ticket. I would show the other side. It just says back to the bad lanes, and it's got all four boys on it and my name. I don't want to show that off. But yep, so this was my ticket to get into Anime Impulse. The little red band that's down here on the ground was my Armus panel ticket, and of course you see my Rosator. But yes, this is my lovely stock photo of Crimson Ruse for his ticket. um, yeah, and then I don't know why this doesn't want to. I'll fix this. Hold up. Okay. I again had my lovely hairy ass arm, but I got my Argue with Armus thing. So from 5:30 p.m. So I still had to wait all day to do this shit, which was nice because I still got to go around and do some shopping and all that whatnot pizzazz. Um, McGee, shush, please. Um, but yeah, so I got to do all that. Um, and then put this one back up. Yeah, so then I just walked around. It was also my friend's first convention. So I kind of like showed her, the artist alley, what's going on, how things all work out, what you do and stuff like that. And yeah, so we just walked around. I of course had my Hollow Stars English chest thing with the stickers, my sticker chest. And I walked around and handed stickers out, and everyone got excited. And then I handed out like the Rosator stickers that on the back of the business cards and stuff, and everyone else got excited. They were so excited to see the Rosator stuff and whatnot. And I wore my cat ears and everything and stuff like that, and kind of just like walked around and all that. And then of course like when we first got there, um, let me clear these out. When I first got there, we found the artist alley because my friend's like, I'm gonna go to artist alley. I was like, all right, we'll go to artist alley. But then I was trying to figure out where stuff was at, and that's when we found the cardboard cutouts of the boys. And I awkwardly stood there. I was like, hey, just take a picture of me, and I took a picture, and I was just awkwardly standing there, and it was just really weird. And I cropped out the helper, and I gave the stickers, some stickers to the helpers and stuff too, but I, yeah, it was really just like, okay, I'm standing with a cardboard cutout. This is kind of weird type of thing, you know, but it was still really cool because it was like, then you could see like how tall, um, it was. I forgot about the ad breaks. Fuck. I'm gonna snooze that one. Snooze her for 5 minutes. Ah, shit. Okay, well, if the ad break does come back, I will just pause, put up the streaming soon screen, and then I'll continue when the ads are over with. Um, and then I'll just edit this out when I make the VOD for YouTube. Um, anyways, um, yeah. So the standees, are accurate height with the boys, and yeah, he's pretty tall. Like, again, I would probably be about maybe like shoulder, maybe chest height if I stood like up close to it. Um, he's not really like extremely tall. I mean, he just sounds taller than he actually looks, type of thing. Um, so yeah, it was just really weird. So then I had that one, and then of course like I had this one where I just took a selfie, and I was glaring in the IRL photo. You can kind of see a little of my glasses. I forgot to edit out. Um, but it was mostly just like I was mostly like just like teasing face um kind of just like how just how he is. Hi Chloe, what is up? Um, yeah, so there was that, and then I got took pictures of the other boys. So we have Gold Bullet and Gerard. Gerard is short as fuck. Octavio is short, but he's Gerard's not that. I mean, he's tall, but he's not like that tall. Um, I think he's like the same height as my dad. So it was really like, okay, I'm used to people that height. Gibby, of course, is tall, but I mean, everything looks weird because of the angle. Of course, like, my IRL photo looks like I'm pissed. I wasn't pissed, it was just the way that I was trying to like take a photo or whatever, trying to be silly, but I ended up looking really mad. So I just drew myself with my eyes closed this time. Good time zone to you too, Chloe. And then of course, I had to get the last one with Octavio and stuff like that. So that was really fun. That was really fun seeing the cardboard cutouts. I got so excited. My friend who has like no idea anything about VTubers is like, "Oh, okay," like just like, standing there awkwardly, and I'm like, I felt so bad. Um, so yeah, we walked around Artist Alley, and I mean, my goal was to find like Hollow Stars stuff. Um, my goal is to find Hollow Stars stuff. Mostly Armest. I mean, if I found some Tempest, I found some Tempest. I was trying to find, of course, anywhere I go, I try to find Black Butler or Blue Exorcist because those are my favorite of all time. I did a lot of pictures I'd have here aren't of a lot of the Misk stuff that I bought. Um like I did find yeah, I didn't put that in there. I did find an artist that I met at Sabaton Con last year that had Twisted Wonderland stuff, and they had a Sebastian and CL acrylic badge, like acrylic um badge. Um oh, yay, thank you for the follow. Um yeah, I'm a huge fan of Black Butler and Blue Exorcist. Like I will go on tangents and rants of that stuff. And so I found like an acrylic, like not like not acrylic, yeah, acrylic, not an enamel pin, but an acrylic pin. I think that's like the best way to describe it. Um, and I got those set because I guess I got the last Sebastian, and I was like, okay, well I need CL to go with it because I gotta have my boys together. So I got Sebastian and CL. I got a from the Hiding Ghost. This is the actual artist name, the Hiding Ghost. Oh no, the Sebastian and CL um pins are done by Reika Works. And then the next enamel pin that I got was a Kitty Cat Haunter, like Pokemon Cat Haunter hybrid, done by the Hiding Ghost. I'm trying to think of what else I bought. I got one of the artists that shows up later, which I'll explain. I also bought like a Dabby badge because I freaking love Dabby for my hero, because I kin with him like crazy. Because not murdering people, but like to have the rest of the problems with him. And then I also got a Sakura Blossom Care Bear. And for those who don't know, I am a sucker for Care Bears. That is my one of my favorite childhood things that I had. Um, my best friend that I've known for 20 plus years used to have a bunch of Care Bears, and we bonded over Care Bears. Um, and then my sister got into Care Bears and kind of stole it from me. So when she was like 1 year, she had a Care Bear birthday party. Um, and I was like, but I'm into Care Bears. Mom goes, well, you both can be into Care Bears. Or some shit like that. So that's really what I bought. That's really what I bought. That wasn't so much Hollow Stars or VTuber. I'm to get back into it. So some of the goodies that I found in Artist Alley were I found these actually here are a lot of lovely, lovely freebies that I got in trades for other stickers. Um, I apologize if I cannot remember your artist, which artist had given them to me. I also apologize if I say any names or I don't remember who you were. There was just I met so many Rosaders and so many Bubbies and Octoposse and sorority members and a lot of Armada out there. So the lovely ticket over here on the side, and then this little sticker here is done by Sunnyrkgk. An adorable little ticket, an adorable little sticker. I love it a lot. It's adorable. Um, no! BRB is still up. No. Is it okay now? Refresh. Refresh. It's good on my end. Twitch is being dumb. Is it good now? Yes! Woohoo! Okay. So yes. The lovely, little ticket and then sticker below it, the big sticker below it that looks like a photo card is done by Sunnyrkgk. And yes. Yeah. Down here is a little Armis group. That is done by at Kaldago. Kalgado. Kaldago. I'm hoping I say that right. An adorable little rendition of the boys. And then I do not know. I apologize. I do not know who gave me the lovely Octavio sticker. Which let's get a little up close picture of that. That is an adorable Octavio. And like okay, I will do admit I'm not the biggest Octavio fan. I love his covers. His covers are good. I now love his little poppet design. That's adorable. Because it reminds me of a Mimikyu and a Banette and like the Corruption Beast all mixed together, and I love it. And I cannot wait to draw my Poppet Sana. Which I will eventually have to do a stream on that of, I'm drawing all my saunas because I need to like re-update them. Except for the Rosator one. I have this lovely Pass the Yowie sticker, which I had tried to hunt down the entire time. This is done by Teri. I apologize for I don't know the name, like her at. But yeah, I was hunting down everyone I saw. I was like, oh, I got the Pass the Yowie sticker, and I'm like, where is she? And finally I caught her at the line for the panel, and I was like, Teri, can I please get one? And I was like, so I traded some stickers, and I got the Pass the Yowie, and I was like, yes! I was wanting this one for like crazy. And then of course next to it is another Old Man Yowie by Usa Mi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced this. Usa Minip. It's at USAMIMINP. Again, another Gibby and the Yowie sticker had. I definitely had to get that one. The miniature Bettle, I'm sorry, I didn't have a name with that one. I apologize. I do not remember who you were that gave me the mini Bettle, but he's adorable, and I cannot wait to stick him in a little album with the rest of them. And then, of course, I gotta zoom on this one, and I'm gonna say this now. Teeth is gonna get a lot of love in my stream. I got permission to post some photos from the convention with Teeth in them. But Teeth made these lovely Crimson Ruse's Badlands Rosator style soup stickers. Look at how cute! It's just so cute. I think this is one of my favorite ones just because it's like, because I'm such a hardcore Rosator, like this one's just so freaking cute. It's just a little soup. It's adorable. It's like little Campbell's, but it's like, it's Crimson Ruse's Crimzupa. It's adorable. I love it. But yeah, very good artworks, very good stickers. I love all of these. I need to make like a oh, what the hell, a photo album thing. And what I'm thinking, I know that people got like the sticker books and stuff, but because a lot of these have the artist name on the back of them, um, and I ordered some of Hinkaru's stickers, so I really don't want to throw away the backing of Hinkaru stickers if she, did something to the back of them. Wink, wink. Um, I'm just gonna get like those photo papers, like in traditional photo albums that like are self-sticky. So all I have to do is just stick it on there and then just fold the plastic back over, and you got yourself like an album. That way it keeps everything intact. So I want to keep on to that. Um, and also while I was going around and getting some of the merch and stuff, there was a VTuber sticker rally. I guess there was an Armus one as well, and a Delicious and Dungeon one. And I just had the VTuber one. I didn't complete it because I couldn't find half the artists because again, I was taking my friend around as her first convention and she like wanted to look at everything. So I never really got to finish it, and I mean I was kind of didn't want to spend too much money. So yeah. So again, so this is some of the goodies that I found, or these are the freebies I traded for. So this was really fun. Some of the first goodies I found, I apologize to the artist who drew these. I did not pick up a business card. If I did, I do not remember which one it was. Um, and I either that or I didn't scan because guys, okay, artist, I'm telling you right now, I appreciate you guys having the QR codes at your booths. I do. But I love business cards because then when I get home and I have a business card, I can be like, oh, who was this person that I picked up that I like the style of? Then I can check you guys out easier without having to scramble, unlock my phone, scan my phone, shit like that. So I appreciate it, but please have business cards. It just makes everything easier. I understand that there's scams and shit out there with business cards. I get that, but when you're Artist Alley, I trust you that you are nice and that you have reasonable, QR code that I can just take home and scan and whatever. So I apologize for this artist that if I do not credit you properly, I do apologize. I do love your artwork. It is fantastic. Um, I just couldn't get your stuff because I forgot to pick up a card while I was there. Um, oh wait, I may have found the name. I may have found the name. Hold up. It's on the sheet. Hold on, because I'm looking at these. Hold up, it's very tiny. Pukaparade art. There we go. Pukaparade art. I don't know if they're on Instagram. I'm sure everyone usually is. Pukaparade art. Pukaparadart. Pukaparade art. Please check this artist out then. Now that I have found proper credit. Woo! We're gonna look at this. No, stop it. Go back. We're gonna look at this lovely thing here. I know it's kind of hard to see. But basically there's like a ruse up here in the corner with his jacket fully zipped up saying special, well, it's very hard to read. Special interest activated. Okay. Then there is a ruse over here with a red crayon and a drawing. I'm assuming this is the magic wand from the Hololive Expo. You got some dice, his Oshi mark. You've got Ruse with his mask on. You've got Ruse as a cat, Ruse is homestuck, some ants or like bugs, and then a bunch of more of his Oshi marks and sparkles. And then this was really what captured my attention. Ruse is let's take ibuprofen together. Sailor Moon wand. Well, yeah, I see. Yes, it is Sailor Moon wand. I just knew that he had a wand that Gerard gifted him. From the Anime Expo. I know it's not the accurate thing, but and this was an inside joke that I'm missing because I may have been missing for the first 2 months since of the yeah. Anyways. So yeah, so there's let's take ibuprofen together, and then of course I saw an adorable Betel. Of course, Betel is like my Tempest Oshi. Like he is my Kami Oshi for Tempest. You stop! Stupid thing, get sensitive. Stop it. And then they threw in a freebie of Ruse with some cacti. Oh! I must have been when I was, maybe before. Because I really got into Hollow Stars when I was, like, December, January. So, when I had time off. So, I could have missed a few things. But yeah. There's a lovely rosator next to him. Some cacti, a bug. Oh, it's got a scorpion on it. That's cute. So it's like a little, almost kind of like an Arizona themed prickly pear cactus. And by the way, if you ever come to Arizona, please have the cactus candy. Cactus candy is fucking amazing. It's so good. One of my favorite candies. I used to have it because I didn't grow up here, but when I did have family that's been here, so whenever I came to Arizona or my family came up from Arizona, I'd always ask for cactus candy because it was great. But now that I live here, it's like everywhere. Although it's still very hard to find for some damn reason. You can find it at the airports and like the candy stores, but you can't find it. And I think you can find it at Chompy's and maybe Cracker Barrel, but that's I've never been to Cracker Barrel, so I can't confirm. Anyways, so yeah, so there's this artist, so this Pukaparade art. Yes, please go check them out. They're very very adorable. And then we can go to the next slide. So that when we first walked in, like, because we kind of started at the back and worked our way forward. So Pukaparade was kind of like in between there. We found xLunaNightmare. My friend really liked the stuff, and so she gifted me Hanging Ruse since I drove her to the convention and I took her to her first convention. So she gifted me Hanging Ruse, and then of course I found Inchells. You stop, you fucking thing. And I found it's so sensitive because like this entire area right here makes it go next. So I found Inchells. I'm sure the name sounds familiar. I'm sure he's retweeted some of her art before, and seen some of her stuff in the thumbnails. But then I saw the Ruse strap, and I was like, that Rosator got me. It's like it's so adorable, and then just Ruse, and then there's a little Armis thing up here. But I was like, hell yeah, I gotta get my Ruse fix. I gotta get more of my Ruse fix. I'll go over this way, and then I found Laanmao, and she had a cute little Ruse acrylic keychain or charm. So I was like, I gotta get more Ruse. Because, I mean, eventually I gotta collect stuff for an Eat-a bag, and I'm gonna make an Eat-a bag of some of Armis, because I did buy the 6th anniversary buttons. But then I want to have the a lot of Ruse and Battle stuff too. But yeah, so I think the detail and Inchel stuff was really cool. It was really cool seeing her art there because I was like, oh man, because you sometimes you see people online, especially like after he like retweets their stuff and you see them, you're like, okay, that's cool, and then you see them in person, you're like, it's just fantastic. It's really neat. The next one, this one here again is another one of those ones where I didn't grab the card, um, and I apologize. Yeah, I don't have. And if I did grab the card, I couldn't match. I tried looking on Instagram to find the artist that would match, and I couldn't find any of the cards that I grabbed. Um, so this one here is let's see. So this one is X3, so I'm thinking it's supposed to be a face dust co, but they had a really cute sparkly betel chain here. Very cute, very adorable. I loved it. Was just I had to get betel. I was like, yes, I need betel. Um, very adorable. And then stop it. Fuck's sake. Come on. And then I literally see like I click down here and it wants me to go next. It's like, no. Stop. Scuff, guys, I apologize. And then this artist, of course, I just wanted the keychain, and they gifted me a Magni sticker, but when I sticker traded them, they also gave me a Betel sticker, and I was like, hell yeah, give me more Betel. So, yeah. So I got a cool Magni sticker and a cool Betel sticker and a nice, cute little Betel, a Betel chain here. And then the next little last bit of Armis merch that I had, this artist here, Digital Scratch, had a it was just a 6 for $5 little badge thing here. I got a Dobby one for my hero because Dobby's my favorite. But I had to get the boys, and I got a Betel, but I think she forgot to put it in with my order, which is totally fine. I mean, she was extremely busy. So it was like I didn't want to like, hey, you missed my thing. I just was like, nah, we're good. But I still got the Armis boys, and now they hang up they hang up on little strings, on the little clips on my display in my office now. So that's where they all belong. But yeah, I found Digital Scratch really cool, really fun artist here, really cool designs and stuff, really cute little chibis and all that. And they had lots of stuff. They had stuff from like One Piece. They had stuff I think from like Haikyuu. You know, they had so much stuff. So totally go check them out too. But yeah, I didn't really buy a lot of merch besides food and the waters and the drinks. A lot of the stuff I got were just business cards to check out later. Um, and that was basically it. About this time, my friend was like, "Okay, well, let's go look around on the main floor for all the main merch, and that's where I found my Care Bear and all that." Did I have the picture of my? Oh, I don't. Hold on, give me a second here. I don't know if I have it in my Discord server here. Not I'll have to put it in here real quick because I'm sure. Oh, I didn't. I didn't put it in here. Let me find. Let me get my phone real quick. Look at my pictures for a second. Let me find. Put in Discord here real quick. Where's my thingy here? Let me see if I can put the picture. Come on. Thank you. I didn't get rid of it. There it is. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Sorry. The last thing I ordered to get because it was to get I'll just put it up here to get a sticker in the stamp rally. One of the artists. This is Lanoodle Doodles, but for like $10, I got a little commission of my OC. So this was my little my whatchamacallit, my little one of my things I bought too. So I got a little art of my OC, which is like really cool, very chill. It's really adorable. I like it. But yeah, so then after this we just walked around the main like vendor floor, I guess, of like the name brand and like the more expensive side of things. And it was getting to be about like I was in line, I met a bunch of people, and then we all like sat down and just kind of chilled out for like the next 15 minutes. And I don't know if that was before or if that was after. I think it was after. Cause this is, yeah. We all stood in line and we're getting ready to stand in line. We're just trying to chilling and stuff. And we all had like gathered together because we're all like, hey, let's I think it was before. I cannot remember. I might be getting these little two bits mixed up because I know it was the same person, but I can't remember if it was before or after with my Rosator. So I apologize if I mix this stuff up. But basically, I met Teeth. Teeth is really cool. Very cool cosplayer. Really kick-ass Ruse cosplay. They did a phenomenal job. And I saw them, gave stickers. And then I don't remember if it was before or after you decided to kick my Rosator. That's why couldn't remember when. But I'll probably show those off first. But yeah, so this is Teeth. I got permission to share photos. But just look at their kick-ass cosplay. Very cool. They're holding my Rosator. I apologize for people back here. Just pretend there's a bar back here. I forgot to censor the photos, but put the hand right here on their face. But yes, they have a really cool cosplay. They liked my Rosator. I was like, yay. My Rosator got some attention. I think it was they tried, was it this one? Yeah, they tried to kick my Rosator again. Put the mouse over the face. They tried to kick my Rosator. Which I thought was pretty funny because that's totally like they were also really good at like acting like Ruse, like getting the Ruse energy, like embracing the Ruse energy, and then like kind of giving the Ruse mannerisms and stuff. Is really cool, really fun. But yeah, I think while we were waiting in line, I think the funniest part was the Ruse summoning circle. We all tried to do. I'm here in the back behind Teeth here. I was kept asking, should I move? Should I move? No one was answering me, so I kind of just sat there awkwardly as like Teeth is propped up against me, and I'm like, okay, I guess I just sit here. But then someone, so we had all of our cards. These are all our tickets. Of course, it's got our names on them, so we can tell who's whose. Teeth put down the soup stickers. Somebody put down a tarot card. Somebody had their Nui. I had my Rosator. I can't remember the artist or the fan who was here that made the red crayon light sticks, the idle light sticks. Teeth put down their Eats a bag, and then someone was like, wait, there's shorts. Oh my god, a pair of shorts. So they brought over a pair of shorts because, if those who didn't know, on Friday before the convention, Ruse had said, those who are wearing shorts to my convention, I'm going to ignore you. I think Raven did this. I can't remember their names. There's so many of us and so many names thrown around. Yeah, I think Raven did them. I still have mine. I think he had my Rosator. Um, but yeah, Rose was saying, whoever comes to the meet and greet, I'm gonna ignore you if you're wearing shorts. And so people are like, what do you mean? Like, it's like everyone's throwing fits or whatever. Of course, I, said, had a little interaction, and that was pretty funny. Um, and so someone brought over shorts, and then, Teeth being the ruse that was already there, we just all kind of compiled into a rusator, a ruse summoning circle. Oh, that was so much fun. Besides me sitting there awkwardly, probably ruining the shot, but that was still very, very fun. Um, that was very fun. Um, yeah, that was crazy. We were all getting loud and laughing and everything. People were looking at us like we're fucking crazy, but it was still really funny. But yeah, so after this, we all got in line. We all had our tickets, made sure to show, who we were and all that, make sure we show the right person and, whatever. They went to go stand in line and whatnot. I apologize for this person in the Ville cosplay. We'll just kind of crop you out there for a little bit. So, of course, you got a booth, and then, everyone had the boys had the rest of the sides over here. They had, like, Gold Bull, Octavio, and Gerard and stuff, and here's Ruse. You could just see his eyes just, like, menacingly staring at us as we're waiting in line. He checked in and stuff, and some people I know who were there to in my little group was nervous as all shit to talk to him. And I'm like, I'm a little bit nervous, yeah. I'm excited, but the thing is, when I talk to people that I don't know, sometimes, like, here's the on-off switch. You guys saw me at the convention. I was being extroverted as fuck because I was like, hey, let's go. We all had a common topic, okay? I don't know Ruse. We know him as, like, a streamer and shit, but I don't know him. And plus, I'm, like, a little bit starstruck, but I'm not, like, extremely, like, at a loss for words. I already had a plan in mind of what I was going to say, and what I had mentally in my mind was, he's just a normal person. At the end of the day, we all shit, we all piss, we all eat. We're the normal people. He's a normal person. He's just thinking, and I was like, he's just like a friend in a Discord call. He's literally just someone that you know in a Discord call. Instead of seeing their face, you just see their icon light up. That's basically it. That was my mental headspace of, he's just a normal person. Whatever. You still enjoy his content as a normal person, even, as he's being a VTuber. So that's just where my mind space was, and people were like, oh, I'm freaking out. It's like, hey, chill, it's okay. I understand the excitement. I've been there plenty of times. I'm there right now. But just think, like, the way to kind of get past it so you don't feel nervous or sick or whatever, just to be like, it's a friend in Discord call. That's how I, and especially, like, those who you're close with, just think about that. So, I went in, after, I think it was, like, third in line for the second group. And another thing, a little bit of a side gripe was, I do wish that with the amount of people who had gotten the meet and greet tickets, which I don't think was like, because I think there was like maybe 10 in my group. And then I heard there was like not that many people even before like the 3 o'clock spot. That for as many people, say there's 20 tickets, for as many people as there are, I think that they should go for 5 minutes instead of 3. It was just way too fast. I mean, there's people who were nervous and didn't even know what to say. From hearing the stories and people not knowing, like, oh man, I was so nervous, I didn't know what to do, like, stuff like that, and I didn't know what to say. Like, I think it was just, depending on the amount of people, say there was 20 people, 20, 30 people, even if you have 5 minutes, it would have been a little bit better to be like, hey, hell, when I went in there, I didn't even introduce myself. I had no time to introduce myself. It was just, and the thing is, Rue started the conversation. So it was kind of like, I had really no way to really introduce myself right off the bat. So, it was very, like, yeah, especially with Scuff, or people, if people want to talk, I just think that 3 minutes is a little bit too short, especially for as much money as you're paying for it. I think it's a bit short, and I have a little bit of a gripe about my meet and greet. I did have like 20 seconds left on the clock after taking pictures with Ruse, and the guy, the helper, was kind of like getting ready to just usher me out, like, okay, next person. And I'm like, but it's still counting down, it's still got 20 seconds, and he like went over to his phone and paused it, and then like ushered me out. So it's kind of like I never really got my full 3 minutes, after getting the pictures, because Ruse was like, hey, let's get pictures before time runs out. And I couldn't even say any final words really besides like, I literally was like, he was trying to usher me out, and I was trying to take the headphones off. I was like, okay, nice meeting you. And I took the headphones off, and that was it. Like, I still had 20 seconds. And I was like, I mean, okay. Kind of sucks, but okay. I mean, especially for how much I paid for it, it's like, I understand, but when there's really only like 7 other people behind me, I'm not saying it's greedy, but I'm just saying, like, if there's not that many people, like, chill the fuck out and let us say hi. Like, we paid money to support them, and when you're kind of just ushering us out when we still have time on the clock, that's just kind of, like, unfair, in my opinion. So, if they do meet and greets like this again with, like, the lottery and, specific tickets and shit, I still think they should move it up to 5 minutes. Even Gerard was saying on Octox that, having 5 minutes would have been a lot better because there would have been time to introduce each other, would have been a little bit more time to talk, then take photos, and then you can leave. But he was saying that 3 minutes was just, it was not enough time to even like get any words out, because he was saying some of his fans were speechless and starstruck, like they couldn't even say anything, and he felt so bad. So I think that's like one of my little gripes. But anyways, I need a little sip of water. Also, reminder for those who are new to my stream, if you use any of your beans points downstairs, metal toe beans points, I have hydrated, stretch, save program, well, usually when I'm doing artwork. I got cat cam if there's enough, sometimes I'll do it for free. I'm sure there's commission shit on there too. Feel free to use your points, especially if you're just a lurker and you think, oh hey, drink some water, take care of me. You don't have to say a word, just waste those points on me. And that's it. I don't need anything else. Ah. Gotta get that water. I'm yapping too much. Anyways, okay. So then, we'll keep it on the. Oh, okay, I'll switch to the last screen that I've got, which is this one. The meet and greet with Ruse. We are finally getting to the story everyone's waiting about. I'm so sorry it took forever, but I said I was gonna talk about my experience. So, I have notes here because I took notes to remember in case I forgot because of how much shit had happened. So, okay, I get in there. I have my plushie because I was debating whether to bring my plushie or not with me. And I was like, to the convention because it's such a big plushie. And hi Jade, what's up? Um, that is good. Collect all the points. Collect all the points. Um, so yeah, so I come in, I have my plushie, and of course I'm wearing my cat ears. I knocked my cat ears off, not the picture, but like my cosplay cat ears. Those who got to see my flesh. Um, I had slipped my cat ears off because I had to wear the headphones. Um, and I put on the headphones, and the moment I put on the headphones, it is I'm telling you, okay, you are so used to watching him on YouTube on screen, okay? And you're even with headphones on, you're so used to hearing the content side of Ruse, where he's being the content creator, he's being the person that, is the host, is the one telling you about his day, telling you about what he's planning on doing, the random tangent, shit like that. But talking directly to you is the weirdest thing ever. It literally is like a Discord call with your friends. It is weird. Okay, it is really weird because you're so used to watching him on YouTube and on the screen that to think you could talk to him one-on-one is like the wildest thing ever. Like to me it was like holy shit. Like that's when it was like holy shit. Okay, this is Ruse I'm talking to. But it still felt like I was still talking to YouTube just because of the way that my mind works, the way that it would still feel like I was talking to like YouTube, and then but instead of typing I actually was saying my words. That's just how I felt. It was really weird. Anyways, I slip on the headphones and he goes, "Oh my god, you smuggled him in. How did you get past security? Like, how did you get him past security?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I was so shocked. He started the conversation. I was like, I don't know. I just did or whatever. And I'm trying to think because I don't know if I'm like in and out of where it was at. But yeah, he said but he was happy to see the Rosator plush. And he said it was even bigger than what it was when he thought. So I think at that point I think he kind of knew who I was without me introducing myself. Because again, I was so far been the only one to really crochet a Rosator. I've seen a few people do it recently, like now after the convention, or they had just finished up crocheting their versions of a Rosator. Um, but he's like, yeah, how long did it take to make you? And he's like, how long did it take you to make that? And I was like, about a week. And like I made the pattern. He goes, wow, okay, that's really cool. Um, and and then I don't can't remember if that was like before or after. And he's like, Andy wearing all and he's like, Andy wearing all the Rosator merch without there being any Rosator like official Rosator merch because again I had the shirt on and I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I wanted to wear something, and I'm like, I like to draw a bunch of stuff, and all that stuff, and he's like, oh, okay, that's really cool, and he's like, well, how you doing? And I said, oh, I'm doing good, besides almost passing out outside, just kind of to joke about it, and he like literally had like the shocked, like the gasp, with like the favorite expression I like of like his eyes and stuff, um. And he's like, "Oh no way!" He's like, "I'm like, yeah, it kind of sucked, but I mean, I'm here now, and I'm doing better, and all that stuff." And then like, because of course, as you're talking to him, you see the counter, and you start to panic because you're like, "Oh fuck, am I gonna be able to say what I need to say in like 3 minutes? Not even 3 minutes, because they kind of give you like 2 minutes to talk, and then like 1 minute to really take photos." Um, but he was still like really excited to see the Rosator plushie, really excited to see the shirt or whatever. And I was telling him how like I really enjoyed, like doing art and everything. Um and then I told him, how, he's really like how what really solidified me getting into Hollow Stars was watching his content. I told him how I loved his cats, Pollux and Arcturus. Like I was like super super like how I just loved his little kitties. And then I told him how, I liked his Minecraft streams are my favorite, and I don't know if he's still streaming Minecraft right now, but I mean, I love the Minecraft ones because it's just there's so much creativity pours into the Minecraft streams, and it's like inspirational. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I can do that in Minecraft because I don't know what the fuck to do in Minecraft. And then also just like I just like the yapping and just kind of like getting the one-on-one kind of okay, cool. I'll have to finish that up here in a bit. Um but getting kind of like the one-on-one, like it's Ruse and the Rosators, type of stuff with the Zatsus and stuff inside the streams, which is what I like. Um, and then I know I made like the selfish request of like, hey, if there's anything you'd like me to draw, like I would love to draw something for you. And I told him like, I know you can't DM us, but I mean, if you see like a comment or something like on there, you can reply like, yo, draw this or something. Um, so I mean, I know that is like a huge like that ain't gonna happen, and I totally understand that, but like that was just one thing. Like I told him like I literally said I literally legit told him like art is the best way for me to kind of like express myself the way like I enjoy things. Like art is the best way and stuff. And I said, I mean, I'm sure once you get your fan letter, and he's like, oh, a fan letter. I was like, yeah, I put some stuff in your fan letter. I even told him, said I even put in a customized Crusader Pokemon card in your fan letter. And he's like, no way. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, and then he's like, oh man, I gotta wait months to get that. So I can tell he's kind of like excited to get it, but it's got to go through cover first and like have cover, like examine the letter to make sure there's nothing like no death threats. He's got to be security, and then all the stickers. Hopefully he'll get the stickers if cover allows it, since I did tape it to the paper, so it's not loose except for the card is loose. Um, so who knows? I'm hoping he'll get it eventually in a few months, or whatnot, and I hope he'll enjoy the Rosator Pokemon card. Um, so I'm excited for once he gets that. And then after that, it was like, hey, you want to take a picture? And I was like, sure. So the helper guy took like 3 photos. This is just the best one out of all of them. Because there's one where like I wasn't really smiling, um, and then he wasn't really smiling, and then this one was we were like both smiling, and then there was another one that just didn't. I don't know, but this was the best one out of all of them. And of course, like I heard from people to keep the headphones on when you take photos. Um, so that way in case they talk to you while you're still taking photos or something, to like get you to laugh or something, so it makes the photo even more memorable or who knows what. I kind of want to take them off just because of how clunky and how big the headset was already, and I'm such a small person as well. Like, I just was so dinky compared to those headphones and stuff. And plus, I also kind of wanted to wear my cat ears while I took a picture with Ruse. Um, and I'm not a huge like photogenic person anyways, so it was already like that like kind of difficult and stuff. But yeah, this was the best. This was the best picture that I had with Ruse, and then after that, yeah, we went to the panel. Um, because we kind of just hung around the lobby for like an hour. Um, and then we went to the panel. And of course, they asked like a bunch of questions, like the typical is a straw made of two holes, like cold pizza or warm pizza, or do you eat food in bed, yes or no, like, questions like that. And like there was one where it was like the pineapple and pizza debate came up, and Ruse, Octavio, and Gerard were all on the agree side that yeah, pineapple and pizza was pretty cool, and Goldie, one of the disagree sides, saying that it wasn't. And he was saying how like he puts peanut butter on his pizza, and the entire time we're like, what are you talking about? Like, that is disgusting, shit like that. And Ruse, doing his typical, angry face and like the oh, like brother, like gross, and you don't know how bad I wanted to shout, yeah, peanut butter on pizza. I mean, there's peanut butter on burgers, which I think is also disgusting. But yeah, Gibby liked peanut butter on his pizza, and Ruse was like being disgusted and everything. Was like, oh, like that's just nasty. And I so bad wanted to shout, says the guy who dips his peanut butter and jelly in chili. Because Ruse has stated several times that he eats his peanut butter and jelly with chili. And I'm just like, but I couldn't, there was really no room to say it or shout it. But I was just like, if I could, I would have, and I would have just roasted Ruse so fucking hard. Yeah, I don't understand I don't get the hype for that one is. And especially when it's strawberry jelly, the worst jelly. Ugh, no. But yeah, so I mean, there was a bunch of other stuff, and then we all got together and like took a group photo. Like the participants got up, and we all took a group photo with Armis in the back. And then what was really just like, I you're gonna hate me, but I'm not the biggest fan of strawberry. Even like real strawberry, I'm not the biggest fan of strawberry. I prefer grape or apricot when it comes to PB&Js. Please don't hate. um and yeah, and it was just no, the panel felt like a YouTube video. Like that one, because again, we're so used to watching them on YouTube, to interact with them in person, it's just really weird. Especially like a lot of the questions, of course, were predetermined by the helpers and stuff. So it was still kind of like, okay, they interact with the helper, and then we mostly just like shouted yes, with the agree side, or yes with the no side, stuff like that. So that felt more like a YouTube video, seeing all four of them up on screen. I mean, yeah, it was like they were kind of talking to us collectively, but I think collectively talking to us, like in a group, felt like YouTube, rather than being one-on-one with the person. So that's why, like, the panel to me, it felt like I was just watching YouTube, to be honest. Like, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm just in a group of the people watching YouTube. Yeah, we're interacting with them, but it's not like it's, like the meet and greet. So there is that line between the meet and greet and the panel of, like, getting personal, like, a little bit, or, like, but it still felt like, instead of typing in chat, we were literally, like, live chat. So it was fun. And then afterwards, yeah, after we took the group photo and stuff, um, yeah, we all, what was weird is that, we could wave goodbye, which was really, really weird. because it was just like they could see us, wherever they were at, but we can't really see them. We can see their, the VTubers, but we can't see them. So whatever like smiles they may have had, or if they were waving back to us, or if they had any emotions, like especially Gibby. Gibby's a very emotional guy. Getting so excited and heartfelt to see us in person is like, especially like this was like, the four of theirs first ever group panel for any convention. So it was like really, it was also like very special for that as well um to attend. That was being like Armis's first group panel in anything, because they didn't have one at Anime, or not Anime Impulse. They didn't have one at Hololive Expo. Like they had their meet and greets, and that was their first meet and greets. But the way I see it is that the Hololive Expo is a separate thing, is a separate convention, because it's like more of a company convention than it would be, everywhere else. So like AX would have been Octavio's first North American convention, and then here would have been, Gerard's first one, Gibby's first one, Ruza's first one, and then now that Anime NYC's coming up, then it's gonna be, their second, their third, and then the boys going to the was it Malaysia or the Philippines that the boys have, like Octavio and Gerard have their, convention, so like that's their next one, but just to have like their first Armis panel at a convention was still really, really cool and really fun to interact with and to watch. Um, but yeah, and then afterwards they just went home. That was it. We said goodbye, we waved goodbye, told them, we'll see them later and all that stuff, and then we just left the room, and they were all telling us goodbyes. We were walking out the door, because they were still on the call and everything, and yeah, that was it. It went by so fast, and it was just, and it was really cool. So my advice here, I'm gonna get rid of my pictures here. So my advice for those who do want to go to meet and greets, um, with your favorite VTubers, and if you can afford it and if you can make it, do it, go for it. I do wish there was like, I still do wish there was an alternative for online for those who cannot make it, if like they are, disabled and cannot make it to physically cannot make it to conventions. They should have like an online something like interaction thing like this for the fans. Um, so that way they also get a chance to go do something like this. Um, Although it was still, because it was still like, it was a big event, it was still a very small event. Still, like, if you were like say wheelchair bound or were, walker bound or whatever, it was easy to get in and out of, the line. So it was still very, and especially to go into the booth and get out of the booth, it was still pretty spacious and pretty, it would have been really easy to maneuver. Um, but I still think that those who cannot make it physically should have a like a thing for um online for those who can't make it. Um, but if you do go, I just know it's going to go by very fast. Um, it's good to talk with whoever, and staff is very understanding, as they can be understanding as well. If you do, want to give them a fan letter, they do accept fan letters, so you are able to like give them, a little something, um, that they'll eventually give to talent. But yeah, it was it was fun. Besides almost dying in the heat, it was very fun. Um, very, very memorable, very different, very weird. Um, but like a good weird. Um, and I do feel like a little bit of that guilt of like talking about it and mentioning it, um, and and stuff like that. So because I know not everyone can go, so I do feel like a little bit guilty. I do highly, highly thank everyone's luck that did come my way when I did get the tickets, for Ruse to meet him. I know I was like stressing really bad about that when they first came out, and I know you guys were cheering me on about that, which I really, really appreciate. But I still do feel a little bit guilty because, you know, um, like, I still do feel a little bit guilty, um, because, you know, again, not everyone can do this. You know, not everyone gets a chance to do this, especially when it's really like they're more major convention hits than smaller convention hits. So I do feel a little bit bad about that one. Um, if I could go again, I would, but I would rather if I did it again. Um, I would also like to do it for the other Crusaders who cannot, or like you know the other Armada who cannot make it. You know that way they can still get their word heard. And that's also why I did the kudos board for Ruse, which I don't know if he saw or not. If he didn't, I really apologize for that as well. I mean, I could try retweeting it again, um, to see if you know he can see it. Um, hello. Oh, thank you for the follow. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping that I'll have to retweet it again to like get it up there so he can see it because I still want your guys' messages on the kudos board to be heard of his encouragement and congratulations on making his first North American stream or not stream whatchamacallit convention appearance. So I do want to have that said. So I think after this stream I will do that. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for Anime Impulse. If you guys have any questions of stuff like of what I did or any other questions of like was Ruse a sweetheart? Ruse is a big sweetheart. He's very chill, very cool, and he's also like he's very caring because you know normally he could just be like, quick, let's go, let's go, let's go, but it was still just kind of like he was like into it, like he really wanted to you know talk and stuff and get to know everyone and get to know those who you know he was gonna interact with and stuff and I mean, I was just cool that he liked my Rosator. That was when he's like, "Oh my god, you smuggled him in." I was like, "Hell yeah, I did." And the thing is, like, the joke too is like one of the reasons why one of the way I posted why I was squinting in that one photo was like, I wore shorts and he didn't even fight me or ignore me. You know, it's just more of like an after joke. You know, like okay, yeah, he met me, but then like he didn't ignore me like he said he would or joke around. But I'm also not like yeah. When he said that, you know, anyone who shows up to my meet and greet and is wearing shorts, I'm gonna ignore you. And I said them's fighting words. And he's like, if you show up to my meet and greet, I'm gonna ignore you. And I said, fine, I'll just wear shorts to spite you. But that whole tweet too was in line with the if I ever get him to reply to any of my tweets, I'm putting it on the fridge. And I fucking put that shit on the fridge.